Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the all-new 2026 Audi A6. This is a Premium Plus trim level. It's finished off in a glacier white metallic, and with options, MSRP is just over $72,000. We have a very nice, sporty new model here from Audi, and we'll start off with what this is powered by, which is a 3-liter turbocharged V6. It's now paired to a 7-speed S-tronic automatic transmission, and it pumps out 362 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. It is all-wheel drive. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking at 20 in the city and at 29 out on the highway. Now, this model also features the black optics package, so you'll notice all of the gloss black accents throughout. There's also the updated Audi badge, forward-facing camera. There's sensors down below for the distance pacing and all of that tech. You'll notice too, matrix LED lights with a dark housing. There's also some more inlets to provide additional airflow. Hexagonal design for the grille with plenty of cutouts, and then some crisp lines coming down the hood. Now, with the black optics package, it also provides it with the 20-inch wheels that have a two-tone design to them. There's more gloss black for the lower side skirt. It's also on the power folding side mirrors, which have a camera and a turn signal. You'll notice more gloss black for the door handle trim accents. It's on the window trim, and there's also a full moonroof up top as well, and some more crisp lines that flow down the side, including the one just above the rear tires here. So that matches nicely, coming around to the dark housing for the LEDs. Now, there's a backup camera, all of the parking sensors, and then the dual exhaust down below. Now, you can use the control on the key fob or the one underneath, where this has a power trunk. And you'll notice there's a good bit of space in back. There's not really any storage underneath. It's mainly some battery access components. You have some storage on this left side here. You also have a hook, a 12 volt, and of course you can fold the back seats down for even more interior space. And then with the two controls up top, you can close the trunk lid or lock the vehicle. Now, if you do lock it, this still retains proximity door handles. So you can swipe your finger to lock or place your hand in the electronic release to open this up, where this has a beautiful two-tone interior. You'll notice too, there's the manual adjusting sunshades, Bang & Olufsen for your audio, this wood trim accent, and then some storage in that lower section. And then to fold these seats down, you do have to be in the back, where you have a good cutout there to place in some larger items. And then at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. There's storage pockets, you have auxiliaries, vents, you even get heated rear seats with this model, and all of your temperature adjustments are located within that screen there. Now, you also have your armrest with cup holders, and you can fold down this middle seat as needed. And then you have some smaller cargo windows there to help you see around this pillar here. Now, up front, you actually have a lot of controls for the door panel. You'll notice this pad right here, where you have lock and unlock, your headlight adjustments, your side mirror controls, memory seats, child lockouts, and then your window controls and trunk release. And then of course, all the same materials with the leather there. And then automatic front seats. With one manual support, you can adjust this leg support as well. As we start this up, we're greeted with a solid black leather steering wheel with some brushed accents. You'll notice there's no spokes in the lower section, so it gives it a really nice look. There's paddle shifters on the back side, and then on the right, you have your heated steering wheel, volume and tuning. There is also a favorites control as well, so you can push on that and set it up to your liking. You have Bluetooth and voice commands. And then on the left side, you have these controls for the gauge cluster. So if I use the control on the left side, you can toggle between this information here. And then if I use the button on the right side, we can toggle through more information on that side. You can also go up and down just depending on the screen that you were in, so you can look at some more information as needed. And then you have the view button. So you can pretty much make that disappear, have a little bit more clean of a view if you need to. You do also have another control for the head-up display. So you can pull up your audio, look at your navigation and driver assistance, or just have miles per hour and the speed limit sign. Now you have storage on this left side. There's one air vent. And then as we work our way to the infotainment system, which hopefully you've been able to tell this is the new curved screen for Audi, you have fixed info on this left side, so you can easily get into what is shown. So you have your home screen, you can get into your nav, your phone. You have a lot of settings to go into to configure this to your liking. And if you push on the 4 squares, you can bring up these icons. So you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can even get into your vehicle here, where you have some shortcuts there that you can set up, and then you can go through all of this here. Get into your display as well, so you can monitor brightness for the infotainment system. You can get into your interior and exterior lighting and go through all of that. And then you can go back into your audio here, and then you have another shortcut to get into that information. Now for the lower section, this is all fixed. You have your heated and ventilated seats. You can also get into your climate menu, where you do have access to control everything in the rear from up front, which is great to see. And you have a lot more conveniences here that you can get into. You even have heat for your feet, your hands, cool your feet. You have quite a lot that you can get into. And then you have some driver profiles and other shortcuts here, like voice commands and mute for the audio. Now you have vents underneath that. There's wireless charging with auxiliaries. You have volume and tuning, traction control, engine start stop, and a shortcut to your drive select. So you can go through the different driving modes here, depending on the throttle response that you would like. And then you also have another control down below to get into all of these favorites, where you have so much technology that you can turn on and off and customize to your liking. Now you also have a shortcut to the camera system, so you can pull this up, where we're currently looking at the forward-facing angle, and you can bring up that top-down view. Now you also have your rear camera, of course, and then you can get into your side view mirrors as well for additional visibility. You have reverse, drive and sport mode, and then park in front of that. There's also cup holders. You have a little bit of storage for your armrest, a locking glove box, piano black trim accent above that. You have garage door buttons. And then what's really interesting with this model, you do not have a traditional sunshade. What you do have is that you can use these controls, and if you see that tree up on the right there, we can actually make that go away, or we can have this not all the way open or all the way closed there. So just depending on the light that you would like to come in, you have a few different ways that you can do this. And if you push on it, you'll notice every other one is opened. So really neat to have those amount of features without actually having that traditional sunroof. So some cool tech to see. And then you have a good bit of visibility over both shoulders. And still in dynamic second gear, here we go. In a mild acceleration, we can easily get up to speed. And again, paddles are going to be super responsive with this new transmission. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the 2026 A6. We have a great design for the steering wheel too. Nothing too aggressive for these notches here, but you do have good hand grip on both sides. And then at 5'10", we do have a height adjustable seat. Currently I have about 3.5 inches of headroom, and this seat can go even further down. So for this smaller size sedan, you could be taller than me and still fit very comfortably in this. I would guess you could be over 6 feet tall and still fit in this, which is really nice to see. But we have all these premium materials. Of course, you don't have to spec it this way with the Premium Plus package. You can go with lower trim levels. You can also get the Prestige, which I haven't been able to see just yet, but that is going to be another trim above this model here. So you have a lot of different ways that you can spec this latest sedan. And as we give it another acceleration here, just a quick one. It's not all that loud. It's not trying to be a loud vehicle like some of the RS models, which is nice, but it has a good healthy grunt for that V6 under a minor acceleration. And I think it's a great driving position. We do have an automatic steering wheel, so you can easily adjust that. And then very minimal controls. I know everyone's also not a huge fan of these latest shifters here, but I think the design behind it is nice because it gives it more of a subtle look, but it can also be more functional as well. For this particular model, not so much the case with the example I'm giving, but with your wireless charging pad here, maybe if you had cup holders in front like the RS3 or the A3, S3 models, having the lack of the gear shifter can give you more space. So even here, maybe just reaching for your water bottles here, you don't have that bulky shifter in your way, so you can easily maneuver items, not a huge deal, but also something that is kind of nice to see. So there is some functionality to it versus having that traditional gear shifter. And I'm not sure in this model if you can get the passenger screen or not. I was able to see that in the S5 that I reviewed. So if you want to take a look at that video, you can see some of the functions here. Without the screen, it's just going to be this piano black here. And then as far as maneuverability goes, that was pretty easy to make a U-turn there. I have also seen in some packages with the A6 in general, you can also get rear wheel steering. So that is a really neat function to see for a smaller vehicle like this. It's not large already, but that will really help in parking lots, parallel parking, and things like that. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 A6. Once again, huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.